I'm gonna get started. Man, it's awesome to see y'all, man. I'm fired up, and this is gonna highlight. I've been thinking about this last couple of days. I'm so glad we did it. I watched what Kennesaw guys did, and I thought it was fucking awesome. And yeah, I thought, man, we needed something, from us, you know, and from his time in Dalton, because it was totally different experience for us, and and for him too. When he had Kennesaw, he came home. And the coach was home, back in Dalton, and I thought, that was something that he didn't have in Kennesaw. I mean, he was back home, and I think that experience, was totally different for him, and for all of us as well. But like I say, so how we're gonna want to go tonight. I want everybody to just kind of tell their favorite, Ingle story. Their favorite Ingle story, favorite quote, whatever they want to say. Just some, your favorite thing that you think about Ingle. And like I said, I'll get started. I think about Coach all the time. And coaching. I mean, I say, man, Ingle used this. We did this, we did that, we did this, we did that. I talk about Beaver One National Championship all the time. I mean, I literally refer to that daily, if not weekly. I mean, all the time. Man, we did this, we did that, we did this. Man, I had this guy. I talk about Sean Tate all the time. Every point guard I had, I compare him to your ass. And so, I mean, I said, it changed my life. But like I said, I wrote this down. I was thinking about it today. The first time when Coach hired me, I was 25 years old. So I was 24 years old. I just graduated college, and he went in the phone. So our first meeting, I hadn't moved there. I was still living in Mobile then, and I was gonna meet him in Augusta, Georgia. We're gonna go to a junior college event. And so I get there that night around 7 o'clock at night or something like that, maybe 8. And I pull in the hotel where he's staying at this dumpy hotel. I mean, this dumpy hotel. And I walk in the door, I knock, and he yells, "It's open." The door was open in the hotel. And I thought it was kind of weird. Like, then the door was open, it's weird. He's laying on the bed with his shirt off. Hold on. And he has a can of chili, a can of chili. And I'm like, dang, he's eating chili with a spoon out of the can, straight eating it. There was no microwave and things, just eating cold chili out of the can. And I'm like, what the hell did I just get myself into? This guy is crazy. He's eating cold chili by himself. And I'm like, Coach, I walked in, I'm like, Coach, I mean, are you hungry or something? We can do some dinner. He said, no, I'm good. I got my chili here. He kept eating it, the whole can. Sat there the whole time. And so the next morning, we go to this junior college event, and I don't know where it was, but at one of the high schools or something down there in Augusta. And there was tons of coaches there. I mean, it was packed. It was packed. I'm a young guy, a young coach, and I'm trying to meet everybody and kind of mingle and stuff, talk to people. And so, we're sitting up there at the top, and he knows everybody. Everybody knows Coach. And everybody, hey, Coach. And so he's introduced me to everybody. So I thought it was awesome. I thought, man, this guy's awesome. Well, the games started going on, and this one game I'll never forget it. This kid shoots his air ball. I mean, just terrible air ball, and he goes, "Who wants him? Who wants him? He's available. He's available." In the game, I mean, yelling. I mean, everybody on the stands were like, everybody started looking like, who the hell is this guy? They're all looking at him like, oh shit, they're looking at me. They're all looking at me. Yeah, I'm sitting next to him. I was so fucking embarrassed. And he said, it went quiet. Everybody's like, who's that guy? And he's yelling. And he said, I know y'all saw it too. Y'all watched it. Y'all saw him shoot that air ball. And it was the funniest thing in the world. I mean, I about lost it. I really did. And that was my first experience with Ingle at that game. Him eating that chili, and the next morning, him yelling at the guys saying, "Who wants that kid?" And I'll never forget it. I'll never forget it ever. And then I think one of my next favorite memories, about Ingle was actually involved Slim. When Slim came up and visited, in the first game, he broke his leg, like the first 2 minutes. And coach said, yeah, we'll take him. he's fine. We need big guys anyways. He broke his leg, and I'll never forget that. And coach was like, yeah, he's fine. Hey, we need big guys. He said, oh, make our team picture look better. He said it'd be good for our team picture. That's what he said. He said it'd be good for our team picture.
My God.
And I about lost it, man. But coach, man, he was unbelievable, and I mean, obviously, y'all know this, and my guys now don't understand, but coach, coach, he changed my life. I mean, I was after my accident, I was down and out. I mean, I was gonna quit coaching. I was gonna move back home, and I don't know what I was gonna. I don't know what I was gonna do. And he saved my life. And I mean, he saved my life. And I mean, it was tough. And I think what hurts me more now, knowing Coach, he was by himself out there, and Coach is a people person. So nobody, no one got to be with him. Got to come see him. That hurts me more than, and that's what hurts me now. No one got to be with him, and I'm sure that killed him right there. But I had text Coach couple weeks ago, a couple days before he died actually, and he and actually it's kind of funny how he mentioned. So in my last couple of texts from Coach, he said, "This is a pretty good one. I want to find it." He said, "John, playing pinball machine with Tony Jr. before the game. I love you. We're in Utah looking for a place to live. We have been in a hotel for 18 days and 2 weeks with Jenny's sister. It's been real hectic. It will all work out. Tell Summer hello and Pat Elmer. Sorry I missed you when you called. I was on plane. Remember, the Lord knows your name and loves you so much, Coach T.I." And he always called our little pet, our little dog Elmer. And the dog's name was Emma. He always called it Elmer. And then he texted me one more time, another one. I think. Hold on, let me find this one. Other one. He texted me up right before he died. Well, not right before he died. I text him December 7th on December 17th, and he said, "John, $2,500 putter. Would you be so kind to send Ellie a letter for ASCP for Christmas?" And he sent me a big message about sending Ellie a Christmas card. And then he said in September, he said, I sent a picture of Izzy coaching. He said, "Coach Redmond, thanks for sending. You are a great man. He is an amazing coach and an even better person, and his mother really loves him." He said, "Remember when I told you if Hunter Hagman had your clubs or you had his swing, think how good you could be. We went to the Dalton Golf and Country Club and we placed bets, and you had him beat before we got to the third tee box. That was the day that he hit off the tee on 18 and landed on 17 and thought he hit a great shot. I love you. I love you. Give my regards to Summer and Elmer, Coach T.I." But I think just had Coach. I mean, everybody has a story about Coach, and that's all. I just want to get everybody together, and kind of share something, because I mean, like I said, he changed my life and he saved my life, and so I just want to hear what y'all have to say. So next person, I'm going to ask Coach Hagman. I'm going to ask Hunter to join on and listen to him for a while.
Thanks, Redmond. I was thinking leading up to this, obviously reflecting, obviously it's been a tough week for, first off, just heart goes out to Jeannie and their whole family. You know what I mean? It's just a tough time. And I know all of us on here as well have been, having a tough week, just losing somebody so impactful in our lives. But Coach Ingle, I met him in 2015, 2017. He called me on a Sunday afternoon through a guy that I knew and said, "Hey, you want to be a college coach?" And I had applied 210 places and didn't have a job yet. And I was like, got a call from Coach Ingle. I had no idea what Dalton State was, no idea who Coach Ingle was. And he gave me an opportunity to live out my dream. He didn't have to do that. I didn't have any credentials. I didn't have anything. He just he flew me down the next day, gave me an opportunity to live out my dream of being a college basketball coach. And, you know, it was an interesting interview. I was with him all day. He was asking me some of the most random questions you could possibly think of. I mean, we all know Coach. He's different, but that's what made him great. You know what I mean?
What about water bottles?
He
Is one of them just water bottles in your car?
I remember when I drove me back to the airport that day.
The blue one,
the
LOL one, or the one that I got from Costco? I'm not saying that. We keep forgetting.
Said to me, you know,
It's in a water bottle.
he said, Coach, I want to offer you the job. Like, I want to offer you the job. Move down here as soon as you can. And I said, you know, Coach, I appreciate it. And I knew I was going to accept immediately. But I said, hey, I just want to talk to my family tonight. And I remember he texted me later that night and said, Coach, you telling me that not accepting right away and telling me you need to talk to your family, I knew right then that I was making the right decision by hiring you. And I just thought back on that the other day, and I was like, man, that's Coach. He's about his family. You know what I mean? That's his number one. And that's what I'll take the most. You know, I moved down from Kansas, and you know, he brought me in like another son to him. And you know, he did that for so many people, which is incredible. You know what I mean? Like, just seeing the posts. I know you guys have all seen like the tributes and posts on social media, and like the way he made people feel, the way he made you feel confident in yourself. He made you, you know, feel like you were important. And he did that with so many people. And that's what I think is truly incredible is his ability to connect with people that are 6 years old at camp, or, you know, 90 years old in the hospital that are sick. You know, like he did an incredible job of just connecting with people. But just to get to some stories here, obviously Coach means so much to me, and I'll really miss him and whatnot. But, you know, I think I got like 4 or 5 food stories, like Redmond said, about the chili. I remember one day we were at practice, and I can't remember if it was my first year there or second year there. I don't remember if Redmond was there or not. Some of the players I remember, but I looked over at Coach Ingle was chewing on something. I was like, what the heck's Coach? What, is he eating during practice, or what's he doing? And, you know, we kept going about, and I see him eating again. The guy poured Frito chili cheese Fritos into his pocket. He was eating at practice.
He was eating during practice.
I mean, yeah, no, those are the moments that were funny. And another one was, you know, we always got Chick-fil-A after the game on Saturdays, and we got Chick-fil-A one Saturday after the game, and I gave Coach an extra sandwich, one that we had, and I went into his office Monday afternoon, and I said, Coach, you want to go grab lunch or something? And he was like, no, I'm just going to have this Chick-fil-A sandwich. He pulled it out of his desk drawer. I've been sitting there since Saturday afternoon. And like, Coach, he could eat whatever. I mean, it's funny. But those are a couple stories. And obviously, I was talking to Redmond the other day. We had some good golf stories, and we went out and played golf. And one time, I just shot. I was terrible at golf. I mean, Redmond killed me every time we played, and he let me know about it too. So we had went out, and I was riding with Coach Ingle, and I just got a 10 on the hole previous to when we were playing. You know, the worst score you can possibly get. And I remember we were about 110 out. Coach Ingle's looking in his bag, you know, trying to figure out what club he's going to pick. I said, hey, I'll probably use the pitching wedge from here. And Coach Ingle looked back in his serious voice. Hey, with all due respect, I'm not going to listen to a guy that just got a 10 on the last hole. He laid it 2 feet from the pin right away. Right, 2 feet from the pin. So, you know, those are the memories. You know, when I came to Dalton, I was like, you know, I'm going to learn so much. He's a national championship coach. I'm going to learn so much X's and O's about basketball. But that was you know, I did learn that stuff, but that's not the stuff that stuck. You know what I mean? I'm not coaching anymore, but, you know, the stuff that stuck was, you know, all those moments and memories that you had with him. And that's what came back into my head when I was, you know, once he passed, you start thinking about all that stuff. And like, those are the times you remember with your friends and the teammates and all you guys, you know what I mean? So, you know, I love Coach, and my heart, like I said, my heart just goes out to Jeannie his family. In one quote I wanted to mention that he always said, and it's actually a scripture, I believe, but he always would say, by small and simple things, great things are brought to pass. And, he lived that. He did, like, just looking back, like all the letters, calls, just being kind to people, going to see people in the hospital, just all that small stuff on a day-to-day basis that he did was really incredible. And he lived that, and that's something that I want to, continue to live and pass on to people. I just think it's a great scripture, great quote. And another thing that just popped into my head was, he would always say, trying to think what he would say. It's popping in my head, but it's something about, it wouldn't. God, I'm going blank here. I thought about it earlier today, but if I think about it, I'll say it again. But it's just incredible all he did for so many people, and you saw everything. People that met him one day, the impact he made in their lives. You know what I mean? The people that were with him for 3 years, 2 years, 4 years, however long. You know what I mean? Like the fact that he can make an impact on somebody's lives in a minute conversation with them, an interaction with them, just shows how one of a kind person he is. And I'll miss him a lot. And I'm so grateful for him and his family and for his family's, sharing him with us. And, I love you, Coach. And it's been a tough week, but, like you said, we'll all keep going and that's all we can do. So that's all I got.
Thanks, Coach. That's awesome, man. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Sean, what you got, man?
Man, I don't know if I got some stories to follow up behind y'all two, man, but same thing that y'all were saying. Like, Coach was unique, man, and I could relate to him because he was undersized when he was playing. He wasn't the biggest guard out there, so I definitely appreciated him on just taking a risk on me. And man, it's crazy. I remember when we played Life my first year, and it was like a home game for us because Life is in Marietta, and they blew us out. We didn't have a good game, and we didn't show up. And then I remember the next year came around, and we ended up turning up. We had a great game, and we won. And he was just so proud. He was so proud of us, and he just wanted to see us compete. And Coach Hagman, just like you were saying, like, I want to take another quote that he used to always tell us too. The main one that I used to remember that stuck out was, the inferior man blames others, the superior man blames himself. So that message is really big for us because we're still young men. So he just always led by example. It's like, whether we're playing basketball or not, like, you still got to be a man, and you still got to, like, handle your business and be about it. And I guess the last thing that I'll say about it too is, I really appreciate him too, because, like, Coach kind of took a back seat to me to a degree because, like, he knew that I wasn't, like, really trying to graduate from school. He knew that I had, like, other plans on, like, trying to, run my store and, like, get into the clothing industry. Like, the whole overseas thing was cool, I guess, but, like, he really believed in that, and he saw how supportive like my family was behind me, and he really just supported that. So he was just a regular guy, man, and he was just a unique individual, and I definitely got a lot of love, a lot of respect for Miss Jenny and just the whole family. Definitely gonna miss him. And I guess before I cancel out, I guess I'll tell one random story. I remember this one time. So, what was the building that we used to live in? The dorms, the apartments.
Wood Valley.
Wood Valley.
Hood Valley.
No, Hood Valley is what it was.
Hood Valley, baby.
Hood Valley. So y'all remember that last little strip where you could, like, walk on the little sidewalk and you would cross from the apartments and you would be, like, in the parking lot on campus. You know what I'm talking about?
I remember you driving down it one day.
Bruh, I drove down it. I drove down that one day, and the campus police saw me on some shit, and they ended up calling coach immediately. And coach called me and was like, "Look, Tate, you can't be doing that. Like you're the All-American, all that, but you can't be doing stuff like that." So I used to always just do like low key, just dumb shit. But he would always just bail me out, man. So that's all I got.
Thanks, Sean. Thanks, Sean. Man, like I said, man, I think look, as a coach, looking back and still coaching now, and one thing that I think was amazing, when we were at Dalton, coach called a lot of plays. I mean, we ran a lot of plays, but he let you run the offense. I mean, you did it, and if you called it, that's what you went with. And I think how much trust he had, so much trust in you, running that team. I mean, it was man, that was amazing to me. You just kind of sit back and watch that. But
Yeah,
let's go.
man. And last thing, Red, I was gonna say too, like we had that conversation that summer, when you got into the accident and everything, and it was like a real, tense conversation because I let him know I was like, look, man, like I'm not happy like playing under you because
Yeah.
like you're just controlling everything, and I'm not really doing too well with that. Like you got to just trust me and let me run the show. So for him to put that trust in me and kind of take that back seat meant a lot.
He definitely did that, and like I said, I mean, you definitely did that, and it was amazing to watch. Let's go to Jordan now. Jordan, what you got, man? What you got?
And I can't remember too much. I just remember like how crazy he was. But like in that good, it was every day, 3.5 hour practices, like 6 days a week. He had the most energy out of all of us every day for 2.5 years I was there. Like, and it just carried over. But he also preached just like love and respect for each other and doing like all the stuff of like doing your own job to like say every day like you're a champion every day. And it led into the tournament. I just remember the Elite Eight game. I posted this on my IG, like the story kind of like when Tate got that steal and he was like fouled with like 6 seconds left or something. And we had free throws and he was gonna make them, but coach was like about to fight the ref for some reason. I guess because like dude killed Tate or Tate made it look like that. And then
Right.
like I jumped between him and the ref, and immediately this dude, the coach turns to me and like, I'll knock you the hell out, like threatening to fight me he's like, I'm sticking up for our team. I was like, Coach, what are you doing? Like he was so like crazy, but he cared about us so much. He could flip a switch like just, I mean, he was just so fiery. And then what was so funny, I remember the ref, like right after that, he was like, yo, I was about to throw him and we would have lost the game. But, and I remember telling coach that in the locker room. I think they posted on that video, like just that speech after the game. And like everybody's in there crying just because like he had always preached that like the championship was going to be before the championship. Like, and we knew that we were crying because we knew we had won the championship, like in the Elite Eight, like we knew it. And I remember like all of our talks, like behind closed doors and stuff, I was never like, I was always like caring about myself. I never really cared like about my teammates like that. I remember like in the Final Four, I was playing like shit. Every time I come out of the game and like Jermaine would come in for me, like we'd go from like a tie game, maybe down 2 to like up 10. And something like, I don't even remember how, but throughout the game, I'd always noticed that. And just what he had always like taught us, like without us even knowing it. I had to bench myself like the final 8 games. And he came to me and Red, you were right there. And he was like, Jordan, get Jermaine. I was like, no. There's like 8.5 minutes left. And you turned to me, you were like, what the fuck? You're like, I was like, no. I was like, Jermaine's hooping. Like every time I go in, like it's a close game. Like I was like, we're going to lose if you put me back in for some reason. I just had that feeling. I remember like 3 straight trips, like Maine had like 9 straight points. And just like that, we beat Talladega by like, 12, 14. I didn't even go back in the game. And like, I didn't even care. And it was just like how he always instilled us, like just to step up and be there for each other. And trust each other and love each other. And I was like, shit. I was like, only way that I'm gonna help this team right now is just like sitting here, like cheering them on. Like, and he always did that for us, like outside of basketball, like always talking to us. Like he was like a father to me. Like he knows, and some people know, like me and him, we had our ups and downs, like behind closed doors and stuff, but like, you know, my dad had his problems, but you know, he was like losing another dad to me, but you know, and he gave me all you guys, and I appreciate it.
Go on, 100.
Love you, bro.
Love you,
Jordan.
JB.
That's
Love
real,
you, bro.
JB. Shit.
Love
Damn.
you, bro.
That's one thing. You know, I think one thing I learned, you know, from him more than anything. You know, and I try to do it every day. You know, Coach didn't coach basketball. He coached a family, and he built a family, and that's what he wanted. You know, and he coached people in that family. But he was amazing. He had a personal relationship with everybody on the team, and it was different. Everybody had their own box. You know, Sean had this box, Jordan had this box, Hunter had his box, I had my own box. Everybody had their own way, you know, avenue, and he maintained those relationships. Every other person on the team, and they were different. You know, and I think you just said, yeah, he didn't coach basketball. He coached people. And I told him when he was living tons of times, the reason one reason he was so good, because his teams loved him, and they would die for him, and they play so hard for him because of how much they loved him. And that's really hard to get. And I think you see how Jordan is. I mean, it's hard to get that. Yeah, it's super hard to get that. Thanks for sharing that, Jordan. Let's go to Reed. Reed, what you got, man?
While we talking about boxes, LD had the biggest fucking box. All right, go Reed.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a massive box.
Damn,
No
that's
rap.
Hey,
Biggest
real
box.
talk though, Hunter's gonna have to edit this video because I've said the F word too much. So I'm sorry for the F word so much.
I don't know how to edit videos anymore. I've been out of coaching 3 years.
Oh Lordy.
No, they need the unedited version.
Yeah, that's right. Go ahead, Reed.
Yeah. Well, Coach meant like a lot to me. Just like as far, y'all, I think everyone remembers like when I got in like that bad car accident. Not too long after I got the dog. I think it was like right after y'all won the national. I had gotten to that car accident, and up to that point, like me and Coach kind of like our relationship was kind of like rocky, because like he knew me and he knew like what I was capable of because I played for his son at Gordon. So he knew I could like score the ball, and he knew what I could do for him, like as far as like basketball and what I could like provide wins. But we never really like connected personally, because like years ahead, like I mean years prior, like the first basketball camp I ever went to was the Kennesaw State one. Right after they won the Natty and they went to the national championship, and I told my parents like, hey, I want to start playing basketball, you know, just like a kid. And that was the first camp I went to. And like after the camp, I kind of like left the camp like, oh, this is what I kind of want to do. I want to play basketball. Like, so he kind of like put that dream in me that like, okay, yeah, this is the sport I'm gonna choose to play. And then fast forward, I played for his son Israel at Gordon. And Izzy kind of like emulated his dad in a lot of ways, but like, and nothing against Israel, but he just didn't touch me the same way Coach did. Like it was like a lot of the plays, the philosophies were the same, but it was just something about Coach Ingle, like that he just brought something. He could touch you to like make you want to run a wild through for him. And I struggled like getting to that point with him, because like it was kind of weird for me, because I had just met this man and he was like, I love you. And like for me, and I think Rudy too, like we were like, we just met this man. How does he love us? Like, what do you mean? Like, and then I had gotten in my car accident. And when I got in my car accident, the first person, like when I woke up from it, my face was all stitched up. I was bleeding. And literally when I woke up, I saw this fat ass national championship ring just sitting on my chest. And I looked over to my right, and then it was just Coach Ingle's smiley face. And you know it. He got that certain grin about him. He just like light up the whole room. And he stuck out that one finger, and he was like, "What's up, champ?" I was just like, damn, for him, like, and what he was wearing, I could tell, like, he was off to like play golf or vacations, like, so he just stopped what he was doing to be for me and my family during that moment. And I was just like, wow, it kind of just goes deeper than basketball for this man. And then from that point on, like, that's when I bought into being like what he was teaching, because it wasn't like the problem was me. Like, I just wasn't like, I only cared about myself. I only cared about everything. But then like he just touched something in me to make me like want to change. That's who I was as a person. Like, y'all boys knew me when I came up here. I was hell. And then like when I left, I feel like, you know what I'm saying, he just made me into like a better person. Like, and then like I never would have accomplished anything I accomplished as far as like teams nor individually if it wasn't for him. And like everything, you know how somebody like your dad will tell you something, or whoever your father figure is in your life, they'll tell you something. Like, you might like not take heed to it, but like there's always that other voice for you in your life. When they tell you something, you just take notice to it. And that's what he was for me. And now like he'll always be a part of me. Like, and the same quote that Tate said, you know, inferior man blames others, superior man blames himself. That was one of the biggest ones for me also. Like, that was just like, wow, like you transferring, doing all this stuff because of you, Reed, you know what I mean? So I love that man to death. And like I said, he brought all of us together. Y'all are my bro. Like, I view this as a brotherhood. Like, I love every single one of y'all. You know what I mean? Don't be hesitant to ever call my phone. I like, you know, I hate that it takes something like this, like this tragedy to pull us together. I feel like we need to like stay in touch more, but I just love you all. And just, I don't know, that's really all I got without trying to get too emotional.
Thanks, Reed. I really appreciate it, man. I love you too, buddy. Let's go to Dez. Dez, what you got, man? Dez one of the original. He's one of the original road runners.
Yeah,
road runner.
We started this barbecue shit, and but I just remember it's a lot of stories, over a lot of time. But first, I just want to commend him for the job he did. Like, now that I'm coaching and like got all these different personalities, I don't know how he did it. Like, brought all us together and made us brothers. Like, I commend him so much for that. And I try to like do some of the things he do, and it just ain't the same. So I appreciate him for giving all of us that opportunity, because I feel like he gave all of us that chance we needed. Like, nobody was just the top guy in the country. Like, he gave us all that chance. And I remember like right after our season was over, I was like, man, coach, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like, season over, I still got all these classes. He was like, don't worry about it. You're gonna stay with us next year. He's like, we want you around the team, we want you around the guys, and you just stay with us, and you know, we'll take care of it. And so for that, for him to do that and look out for me in that way, like it changed my life, because now I'm coaching, teaching from a degree I got at Dalton State. So that was a major thing for me. But one of the funniest stories I remember is like me and Cody, like Cody had won something like All-American, and we went to a little banquet, and we was late, and Coach Ingle was driving, and while we was on the way, we got pulled over. And when we got pulled over, he was like, all right, y'all just be calm, just watch this. And so the police came to the car, and he gave them the Barack Obama ID, because he kept like two IDs. Like, he had a Barack Obama, and I want to say he had like a Bill Clinton or somebody. But he had those IDs in his wallet, and the policeman came up and he gave him the Barack Obama ID, and the policeman was looking at it, and he just started laughing. And he's like, I changed the little color a little bit, didn't I? And the officer was just laughing. And then we end up not even getting a ticket. And me and Cody was like, if we would have did that, out on the ground, all kind of stuff. Coach Ingle's like, if I make them laugh, we're not gonna get a ticket. And so he gave him that Barack Obama ID. We didn't get a ticket, and he still sped all the way to the banquet. And it was like, if we get pulled over again, I'm gonna give him the other ID. And so he was just crazy. Like, everybody got a story, I'm sure, where he did something crazy. And everybody talk about the quote. The quote I like the most is, if he said, if I lied to you, wake up and come apologize to me. That's a quote he always said, like, basically saying, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, whatever I say is word. And so that's another thing I always remember. And just all the time, all the good times we had on the road, all the jokes. It's stuff that'll stick with you for a lifetime. And like I said, we got a brotherhood. And like Reed said, hate for it to appear, our brotherhood to appear like this, but it's always been there. Everybody can reach out to everybody. Love all y'all, boy. Red. We go way back. So yeah.
Des, I appreciate you sharing that. Sharon, what you got, man?
Man, it was a long ride, man. I walked in right on the birth of everything, man. So y'all don't understand, like, sitting in the front of that bus right across from Coach Ingle, like, the stuff that you would hear this man say to Charlie, the stuff that he would say, just man, like, you'd be like, bro, this man is nuts. Like, the stuff, like, you wouldn't believe, like, so many stories that I can't tell, like, because he'll be so mad at me if I did. But man, like, he taught me so much coming in as a young man. I think I was like 25, 26, man, but he was like, just how he loved Miss Jenny, taught me very much how to love my wife, how he loved his kids, taught me very much how to love my kid. Like, he really, like, sitting there and, like, I remember one day, like, I like to sit sideways in my chair. I'm a big dude, so I get comfortable. I'm sitting sideways. I got Chuck in front of me, Chuck chair rod all the way back. So, I'm trying to get comfortable. So I'm looking at Coach Ingle, but I'm listening to music. I'm not really paying attention. So I feel him, like, staring at me. So I look over and he smiled. I said, man, what this man smiling at me for? This got to be my first year. I was like, why he smiling at me for? Man, this man, he fogged up the window with his breath. Like, he's blowing on the window to fog it up. He writes a big heart. And then he write 143. And then he tapped Miss Jenny on the leg. She was asleep as well. I think he was coming back from Blue Mountain, to be exact. Tapped her on the leg. He woke her up, and then he just showed her that. And, like, she just looked and she just smiled. Like, and you can tell, like, the smile was like, she was surprised, but it's like she always did it. And as I go back and I read different things, like from Scott Well, I think we all heard Scott Well speak about how he would make them do phone calls at PE at PE to do, like, different, to tell Miss Jenny, hey, I love you. Making high school kids call your wife and be like, hey, Coach Ingle, love you. Like, that stuff, like, I want to do for my wife. That stuff I want to do for my family. He talked about his hard times. A lot of people don't talk about their hard times or their adversity, but he did. He talked about them so we could all learn from him. Man, but so many. As I sit back and I'm seeing, I look at Slim, and I know Tate remembered the conversation Slim would have on the back of the bus. Like, we heard y'all. We heard the conversation. And Tate, I don't know if you remember this, but like, Dez, I know you got to remember this, but Dez, he was like, I don't know if I want to tell this one, but he was like,
come on, dog.
Slim was like, he was like, Sean, how do you don't know who Pinky is? And you was like, bro, I don't know who Pinky is. And, like, Coach Ingle is listening. And so he looked back at T.I. and, like, he was like, T.I., who's Pinky? Bro, I lost it. Man, it's so many funny stories. Like, y'all don't understand. So many stories that I got that's just crazy. Like it's crazy. But man, this man taught me so much. Um, y'all don't understand. Y'all don't like the Fritos that he had in his pocket. He made Chuck go and buy those Fritos, Hunter. Like he made Chuck go to the vending machine, buy the Frito. Matter of fact, Dez, he bought you a bag too. And like Chuck, I think you told Chuck to go and buy the Fritos. He got some of your Fritos. Then
Yeah.
go back, get him, poured him in his pocket. Man, when I tell you, this man was wild. Like wow, all the way wild, man. So it was a good long ride, man. Like it was a good long ride. So I enjoyed it. So many memories, so many stories. Like I got plenty of them. I won't tell no more because I already know it'll be bad business. It'll be bad business. I'll leave the rest for the next Zoom call. But man, as everybody said, my number haven't changed. Doing the same thing, still at the same place. So if y'all ever need anything, just let me know.
Sure. Thank you so much, man. That was awesome.
Thanks, yeah.
That's one thing, that I didn't say enough of, and I mean to. I mean, I'm a better husband because of around Coach Ingle. I mean, 100 times better husband. I'm a better man. I'm a better coach, not because of basketball, just a better coach. Man, I treat people better. I'm a better friend because of Coach Ingle. And my wife, she's from Dalton. So, we met when I was there. We were neighbors, and I mean, it was, how much he loved Jenny, and his family was unbelievable, really. And I think about all the time just how close they were. But thanks, Sherm. Ruffin, what you got, man?
Man, Coach Ingle, I appreciate all the stories y'all told, man. It's great to look back at this stuff, man. But I found myself asking myself a lot, like, what would Coach Ingle do right here? Like, what would he say? What is something he would react to like this? I don't know if a lot of y'all know about my full time, but I manage a charity day to day. We help high school kids. And Izzy said today, he said, leave it better than how you found it. So my whole thing is, if I can help a kid in the best situation, I might not be the reason they have success, but if I can put a hand and be in a village to help them succeed, I feel like Coach Ingle will be proud of that. A college here in the city. My little story that I'll share, y'all know me, I'm infamous for running because I'm, too smart for myself. So I'm sitting there, we run in New York or something in the zone, we going against the starters, and he's saying, man, throw the pass right here when they come off the screen. So he told that in front of everybody. What you think the starters gonna do? They're gonna cheat on the pass where I'm supposed to pass it in the middle. So I don't pass the ball, and I think I make a shot or something like that. He was like, Ruffin, do I have to say it in Spanish or something like that? He was like, do you speak Spanish? And I look at him and I say, un poquito. I don't know if any of y'all speak Spanish, but that means a little bit. Because I just came off of Spanish for honors in high school. I could really speak a little Spanish. And he said, 30 seconds on the clock. Get on the line. Everybody move. And then after practice, he said, Ruffin, what did that mean right there? I said, Coach, that mean a little bit. He said, all right, good job. Smacked me on the ass and just kept pushing and just started laughing about it. But bro, from right there, I just like, that man's hilarious. He has a whole unique character about him. So grateful he came into my life, man. I remember on my visit, he asked me what my ring size was. I'm like, bro, we ain't even played a game yet. I'm not even signed onto your team. You asking me what my ring size is? Like, his passion he had for being a champion every single day, whether it was an actual national championship, I live my life like that. Even when I'm playing iMessage games, when I'm talking trash to my coworkers, champions find a way. I say it all the time, every day, man, because I really believe in it, that you can't turn off being a champion. And it's just certain things that, man, he just taught us that I really live my life by. And like Dad said, I started coaching middle school basketball now. It's just little different things. I'm seeing why he was frustrated or he just lost his mind, because basketball is so easy, man. And it's such a great sport, and it's such a good thing to use as a vehicle to bring people together. I think it's the best sport of all time. And just like off the fact that he changed so many people's lives like this and gave us family, I love Coach Ingle, and I tweeted it today that legends live forever, man, because that's what he is. But that's all I got to share, man. I'll be quick. So
thanks, Deshaun. I really appreciate it, man. That was great. And just a little side note, Coach Ingle, he always, when he was mad at you, he's trained us. He is too damn smart. Too damn smart. Yeah, he's all do the time. He look at me and goes, I have never met somebody so smart but so dumb at the same time. He's both saying it. He is so smart but so dumb.
Yep.
And I'll never get it. I'll tell you, I'll never forget though. I'll never forget you going in that game in the Final Four in the national game and win that damn game for us. Though I'll never forget that though.
Man,
I said, you putting Deshaun in the game? That's who you're putting in the game? Like you want him?
Hey, first, I'm gonna say two things on that.
From the
First,
parking
my boy,
lot.
I just had to.
From the parking
I
lot,
had to do a little spark, man. I know my boys believed in me, man. I definitely did not win that game. I might have brought a spark to people believe that we could really win, bro. But y'all forget, Maine was out there with me. He was making me look nice. Slim was out there with me. Aunt P, like I was just so hyped, man. He said in the video, I would tell people to the day that I die. And it's so crazy to hear that now because, man, he's actually gone. So, like, to the day he dies, they'll tell people that Deshaun learned how to persevere and just be able to be ready when somebody calls your name. And, like, I really hold that to my heart. Like, that's crazy, like, to actually hear him say that. And that video, I'm going to save, watch it over and over. I watch it every day now since he's been gone or since this funeral or whatever. But I didn't win the game, man, but I knew there was people watching. I knew there was people on the bench. I knew people was like, man, he's putting a freshman in the game. It's like, I got to show out. I got to show out for Jacksonville. I got to show out for all the hills we ran. I got to show out for all these different things, man, because I really believe we're supposed to be a champion. Hey, like JB said, we already played in the championship. We already knew the game was ours, man. We just had to go out there and show out. So that's what I'm going to say on a little, he put Ruffin in the game. But,
man, what you
Get
got?
back and get in range.
Get back, get in range, baby.
Step back and get in range.
Yeah.
That shot Deshaun had, I wasn't at the game, but we rewatched it, was deep. That thing was deep.
And
That was deep.
And the guy said, from the parking lot.
But yeah, like everybody said, man, Coach Ingle was a very special guy, man. And one thing I can remember, man, is 2013, I was broken, dog. I sat out a whole year playing ball. And I got a call. I got your number, actually, Coach John. They told me to call you and come up there to work out for Dalton State. I ain't know where Dalton State was. I was just blessed that I had an opportunity to play. Came up there, balled out, did what I did. And Coach Ingle looked at Sean and said, do you want to play with that boy in purple? And Sean said, yeah. And the rest was history, man. I mean, Coach, man, he brought love back. He brought the love of basketball back into my life, I mean, it was just going through a hard time, getting kicked off of a team for not doing anything. And then I was just on some like, do I really want to play? But when I came up there and, met the guys and felt like I was a part of everybody before I even was on the team, that right there made me feel like I was welcome and accepted, And when Coach Ingle was like saying I was like the missing piece of the team, his formula and whatnot, that even made me more special, made me feel more special. And I cherish every brotherhood and relationship I got with you guys. And Coach Ingle, I feel like he the one that like installed that belief system and believing in other people, the six characters of a champion. Like I carry that in my wallet every day. And a lot of you guys, most of you know that I did coach like last year at the junior college, and a lot of things that we did, I installed into them. And a few of them kids got scholarships and whatnot, and they still call me coach to this day. But I was just living through Coach Ingle's spirit while I was coaching them. And I'm telling you, I had them lay down on the ground, meditate. I'm telling you, I did everything we did. And I guarantee we got to the state championship. We lost by one, but those kids are brothers now, just like how we can come together right now and in the midst of misery and still find love, And I feel like Coach Ingle knew how to bring that out of everybody, no matter what you go through, And one thing that always will stick with me, and I'm still working on it, and I mean we all are working on it, trying to get better with our relationship with people around us and the people we truly love. Because two is better than one. Only when we work is one. And, I mean, that right there is like, that says a lot, because two can easily be 100, but they got to work as one for anything to be accomplished. And like Sherm said, like I'm proud of Slim stepping up, being father, Dez. Yeah, I'm proud of you guys. You guys inspire me. you know. But at the same time, I always looked at life as like building myself all the way up at that champion I see myself as. And coach reminded me and brought that back into my mind, you know, like you are, you know, what you see yourself as, and don't let nobody like shun you away from that. And I feel like everybody got that touch of that in them. Like Sean does his clothing, Reed coaching, like JB, I'm glad you playing overseas with me. Remember I tipped that JB the other day. Like I said, you inspire me to play ball again. I quit coaching to go overseas and I played, had opportunity and whatnot. So a lot of things coach did, he installed into you guys, and then I'm watching you guys live your life and live my life as well. But everything we doing is like off of that aura of coming together, man. And I don't know how to explain it. Like we won that national championship. I looked at that trophy like, is this shit real? Like we did it. Like we really did that jump. And we the only ones that can explain that, but we really can't explain what happened. We could just give you like stories, because coach, he knew how to bring the best out of everybody. You know, he called me the microwave. Like I didn't care to start. I didn't care to, you know, I just cared to be a part of a special team, man. And I'm pretty sure he knew that, because he started me. I played horrible. I came off the bench and he probably cussed me out, and I get back in there and I turn up. Like it's just, I was just happy to see my teammates win and hit their shots. Like I'm more proud of Sean when he came in there more than me hitting the shots. Like I was praising him like he the freshman. He finna lead us to the next year and the next year. Like y'all don't understand, man. And like when I graduated, the team after that, y'all I was still keeping up with you guys. Maybe y'all may not know it, but I was still keeping up with in spirit. You know, I was there in spirit. And like Coach Ingle on this phone with us right now, and then with all of us. And it's hard, you know. My birthday was just two days ago. And you know, we lost Kobe last year. And now this year I lost Coach. And at that time of life, meeting Coach and meeting Coach at that time, he was like that, like JG said, that father figure for me, because I didn't really talk to my dad coming up and whatnot. But like I said, he brought that love back into basketball, and I got brothers for life, you know. And I'm gonna come reach out to you guys more, you know, stop being distant, and like achieve what, you know, what my mind say I should be doing. And like I'm telling you, like when I was overseas, coach told me this, because I was having a hard time over there. I was over there, didn't have a team I was playing for. He was like, play as long as you love it, man. But most important, family is gonna be most important at the end of the day. So if you know, want to focus on something else that, you know, that's gonna be last long, focus on the family, man. And that's where I'm at right now. I guess I'm hanging up the shoes, but I'll still, you know, king of the hill, all y'all to death. It don't matter. Y'all know what's up.
Who need Curry when you got Bird?
Thanks, Jermaine. Hey, Slim, are you gonna talk to us tonight or what? You just gonna be walking around like we can't see you?
Hey, y'all can hear me?
We hear you
Tell
now.
me if you can hear me.
Special ed.
Special ed. I hear you, my boy. Yeah, man, I got so many stories to tell about Eagle.
Go ahead, run that back.
Troublemaker. I was getting a lot of trouble. You can hear me?
Say it one more time for it.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what I remember the most about Ingle, it ain't got nothing to do about basketball. It was just the conversation we was having off the court. So the main conversation I remember is, I want to say it was the end of our first year. So the end of the first year season. He called me in his office. He was just going over basically stats and everything from the first year, and he released me. But he told me I could keep my scholarship. So I was pissed off that whole summer. I woke up every day, worked out multiple times of the day, because I was determined to get back on some team, if not that team. Somebody waking up in the morning, go back to the gym in the evening. So
I want to say around July. He picked me up. We drove around his old neighborhood. He took me to this restaurant downtown. We had got a burger, just fries. He just chilling, just riding around. And he take me to his old neighborhood. We just talking, but he's talking about stuff that's related to off the court. We talking about my situation at home, where I come from. He's just basically running game, telling me how he came up. So we was just going back and forth relating, and he was like, I see that you've been working all summer. He's like, your body has changed. So I want to offer you a spot back on the team. But what stood out to me the most was what he was talking about after that. It's like a lot of the stuff that I preach, he's like, you probably won't get until you become a man. And me, I'm 22, 23. I'm thinking I'm already a man, but a lot of the stuff that he was preaching, I didn't understand it then, but now working, get out in the world, he always said it was a cold world out here, and you won't know until you get out here. That always stuck with me, and all the principles that he was telling us about daily preaching. Most of that stuff just stood out to me because it's real. It can be real at times, but he always said you won't be judged by what you do when nobody is looking. And that stuck with me a lot because I see it every day. A lot of folks just do it for just to say I did it in front of others, but that's not character. And he was big on character. It's a lot of times he could have just said, I'm done with you, but he always seen the best of me, even when I didn't see it. A lot of folks didn't know, like, I didn't give a damn about school. It wasn't until after we won the championship that I was like, damn, I got to get my head in the book. And he's like, I'm going to continue to pay for you as long as you keep your grades up. That's far as the highest my GPA has ever been. But I was motivated by him telling me, like, you really can do it. You can. Now, I come from a family where ain't nobody goes. Everybody I know was fucked up, bad, down bad. And from where I'm at now, I'm blessed because he gave me the opportunity. It's no telling what the hell I'll be doing now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think I'm holding it down, honestly. And I'm just appreciative of him just giving me an opportunity, just seeing the best of me. And I can't do nothing but give him thanks for that. Red, you came to the hood and can't pick me up, man. You know what's going on.
Yeah, I've been there before, man.
Yeah, man. But yeah, I'm appreciative of him. I can't do nothing but give kudos to him. He's like another father. He was a father figure. You know what I'm saying? He always talked good.
Stay solid, Slim.
Yeah,
Slim,
man.
but everybody knew you weren't fucking with school like that.
Yeah, I was.
There was no secret.
Everybody knew that.
I wasn't fucking with school. But shit. I had to get in some books.
But I'll never forget when Red had to run practice and Slim was wild.
No, I don't even remember what I did that day. Red went the fuck off on me. Hey, Red went off. I said, damn. I don't even remember what I did.
Red said, I finally get to run practice and you want to
I do remember that.
Yeah. Yeah, he definitely put me in my place then. I was like, damn, okay.
Well, one thing about Coach, I think about a lot of times, Coach, I feel like he could say anything he wanted to anybody during practice because he had a relationship with you that you trusted him and you loved him. So, if he wanted to tell you, man, you suck him, he could tell you that because he knew that he knows that you love him, and he knows that, that he loves you. And I mean, all the time now, like, I'll be getting on our guys now and we're terrible. I'll be on their ass like, come on, man. And probably use some other words I probably shouldn't be saying on the internet, but I'll bring them in like, look, man, I can say it to you because I love you, man. I care about you. And if I didn't love you and I didn't care about you, I wouldn't even waste my time saying it to you. And that's like Slim knew I loved him. You know, he might not say that day, but Slim knew I love his ass, and I always love Slim. And I was Slim Pickens, and I'll never forget that man, dude, man. I'll never forget him. Mom, what you got, man? Mondaris, what you got, man?
Oh man, I just want to say, I'm anybody here that has had the chance to like talk to me knows that I'm the type of person that tries to walk into a room and tries to like take the spotlight. Not really on purpose, but it just happens. Coach Haven knows. First time I met him, what happened. I ain't gonna get into that story about when we went to the convenience store. But anyways, I just feel like Coach Ingle was that person that if I walked into a room where he was at, it was like, oh snap, I don't have the spotlight. He has it. Like everybody's paying attention to him. And I kind of like that a lot because I've never met anybody really that had a personality kind of like mine, because most of my friends are like, come on, money, you wilding. And Coach Ingle was that person where I would be like, whoa, Coach, you wilding. And most of the time it would be, if he wasn't there, I would be doing it. So I'm just like, Coach Ingle, I don't know. First time I met Coach Ingle was on my visit. I came down, there was maybe 30 or 40 guys in the gym, whatever. And I remember I'm live on Facebook, and I've been live for maybe about 20 minutes, and we're about to leave the gym, head back to the hotel. And I'm like, Coach, you got a few words to say to the people? He doesn't know me. He's talked to me maybe 2 days, and he's like, wait, we're live right now? I'm like, yeah. He was like, oh, well, we're live with Lil Paul Pierce. And I'm just like, man, come on. I'm like, I really like people before I had like my facial hair, people really called me Paul Pierce. And I'm just like, you gotta chill. This is the first time ever seeing me in person. And he's like, we're live with Lil Paul Pierce. And I just had a kick out of that, because I mean, him coming with that up on the fly, I was like, man, this is really some stuff that I would say. And I don't know, his just personality was just unmatched. Like, there's no one category you can say his personality fits into, because he does so much and brings so much out of so many people. And I remember another time in practice where he kind of made me mad a little bit, and we were running the 3-on-3 cutthroat drill. Reed and Deshaun probably remember this. We were running 3-on-3 cutthroat drill, and he had pissed me off. Well, I went down on one end, I scored. I went on the other end, I scored, and I was coming back with a head of steam onto the third side, and he was like, all right, stop. I pissed Monday off. He's mad at me. Let him go back to half court to calm down. And that just kind of chilled me out a little bit. He had just pissed me off, and I'm thinking he's mad at me. So I'm pissed off too. But then he like showed me that it was really just to get that out of me. And I don't know. I loved him for that. Just bringing something extra out of me. And the best times really was, I don't know if you guys know this, but I was ineligible in my second year at Dalton. And I kind of got the chance to sit on the sideline and just watch why he did certain things to people and why he would say certain things. There were times he would come into practice, and we had a guy named Micah on the team, and he would be like, Box, get on my today. I just want to see if he knows what he's doing. Just get on his nerves all day. And Michael would really come in there and whine and cry about it, because Box would maybe pull his jersey, or he might do something that you know he wouldn't do in the game. And Coach would get a kick out of that stuff, because he knew every day Michael would be like, come on, Coach, man, but you see what he's, and Coach really got a kick out of just stuff like that. But I don't know, I just loved him. And I also love the fact that I've built relationships with people from Dalton, not just my teammates, but people in the Dalton community that I can still call today and have a conversation with about anything. Like Coach Hageman, you guys know the ladies in the financial aid office, I was in there every day. And I can still call them to this day and talk to them and just talk about anything. And I wouldn't be able to do that if it weren't for Coach Ingle taking a chance on me and getting me down to Dalton. I just want to say, I commend him for everything, and I loved him. I loved him for the person he was, and for instilling that love into us. And God, I can't believe that he's gone for real.
Thanks, Mon. I really appreciate it, man.
Hey, Mondaris, real quick. Whenever you came on your visit with a couple of your buddies, I can't remember what their names were. I remember you were saying some wild stuff. I was like, hey, don't say that. And I remember when I took you guys back to the hotel, wherever I took you. I was like, Coach, how'd you think that went? He said, I like Mondarius. He's got the same personality as I got. When you were saying that, I was like, dude, that's what Coach said right after you left that day, and yeah, it's just funny how that works. You know what I mean? So you were always joking, and you came in right after Coach, and Coach was joking, you were joking. That was a cool moment for sure. So I appreciate you bringing that up. So
Is Savon on? Say, you on?
Crib?
Neighborhood?
Neighborhood.
Hey, well, I want to say this too. When I first got there, after I first moved to Dalton, I was engaged, so the first time I saw the team, Coach got the team together and we went to Bandy, and so the guys were playing and Sean's playing, and a couple other guys playing. I think Ricky was there and Dez was there, and I can't remember the other guy we had from New York that was crazy. What was the guy from New York? We had the crazy guy we had.
DJ.
Yeah, DJ was there, and I got two stories now. I'm saying that now, but Coach says that's our point guard there. I said, the little kid. And he goes, yeah. He said he could be great. I said, that's the point guard right there, that little guy. And he goes, yeah, he could be awesome. I said, oh hell. I went back home that night. I told Brittany, I said, Brittany, don't unpack. We're not gonna be here long. I said, that kid can't win. I said, he's a midget. I said, we can't win with that kid. I said, don't unpack. Keep the boxes. And I'll tell you what, I was wrong about that. And then my favorite DJ story, and Summer loves it. Summer loves me telling it. It's about Sean Tate and DJ. It was late in the year or something, the game's going back and forth. It was a close game. And like coach, he's trying to call a play or something, and he's like, Sean, run the play. He get really intense. And Sean kind of runs over there, and he goes, Coach, DJ doesn't know the plays. He's stupid. Doesn't know the plays. He said, DJ doesn't remember the plays. He's stupid. Hey, listen, and I swear to God, hey, look, my favorite part, because Coach Ingle used to say too, he said Sean has these little baby hands. He's like, he doesn't know the plays. He doesn't know the plays. He said, DJ is stupid. And I'll never forget that. And like I said, Summer, every once in a while, we'll talk about it. And she's like, oh, DJ, you don't know the plays.
I don't even remember that.
I remember that. It was awesome.
Man, that's your hand motion, though.
That's
what
your
you do with your hand.
And
You do that.
DJ was bam bam. That's what I call it. He had that monkey in his head.
DJ could go though.
The monkey with the drum, how you call him bam bam everything. Bam bam. DJ was strong as hell.
But that's crazy because Red ain't the only one thought that about Tate. Tate used to get picked last. Every pickup game we had, Tate got picked last. And he didn't care. But everybody was like, nah, we ain't getting him.
I'll never forget. I went home. I said, babe, don't unpack.
Hey, Des, on God, on my visit, bro, Tate got picked last. And I'm like, man, this finna be sweet. He checking me. My first shot I shot, bro, LD threw it to the wall. I got the ball again. I try to do something else. Sean pickpocket. Then Sean dribbling down, hit a little three. Because you don't jump. Then he just smack. And I'm like, bro, what is going on right now? What is the NAI? Is this what I'm about to play with?
What is the NAI?
Jump, bro. Hilarious.
Tate was fed. He was so fed.
Oh yeah.
Y'all remember that? Y'all remember that one time it snowed and Coach was like, "Man, do y'all even want to practice today?" And we're all just sitting there quiet. And Tate goes, "Nope."
Oh, JB, he was so hurt, bro.
I knew he had the juice. I knew Tate had the
so
juice
hurt.
then. I was like, "Damn."
Yeah, he was hurt. I remember that.
Hey, y'all remember that game? Coach went off on us in the locker room, and it was quiet as hell. He was talking about DJ there, and DJ pooed it.
Slim, who was that? It was in Tennessee?
He farted, bro. That shit was loud as hell. Coach got so mad. He got so mad.
Now, DJ used to do the craziest stuff during practice. You know, Coach Ingle, he get on them rants in practice where he gonna stop practice. He gonna talk for like 30 minutes.
Right.
That's only 3 hours.
And DJ used to be over there stretching. And one day, Coach Ingle was like, DJ, what the hell are you doing? And DJ like, hey, Coach, you talking, I gotta stay loose, I gotta stretch.
Right.
Oh, that guy, man. Jeez.
Oh yeah, what's one thing that kept me motivated while we was playing when he was like, "Who needs Curry when you got Burry?" That thing kept me on fire. He loves saying that.
Oh man.
Yeah, he loved that.
As Max said, I want to tell you, I love all y'all, and I really do, you know, and this was awesome. I really enjoyed this, and I'm so glad we did this tonight. And you know, it's something you know we'll have, and Coach and will have, and you know, Miss Jenny and Tony Jr. and Gold and Izzy and Elliot, they all have this, and you know, they can look at it whenever they want, and they'll know that you know I have a dirty mouth. So I'm sorry for that, guys. You know, I'm sorry. You know, Coach helped me a lot of things, but I kind of reverted and back my bad mouth. But guys, you know, I want to leave you with this. Who number one?
Roll
runners. Hey, Deshaun. Deshaun, I'm gonna leave you with this.
Hey,
y'all boys, man. Love y'all boys.
Night, guys.
Y'all, man.
Love
you guys.
Love
You guys, good to see you, man.
Love you boys.
Yes.